looking at there is Pyramid Lakes. Let me do a little camera action here. And you guys can see the lake there. That's where we call Pyramid Lake. So this is water that we use for drinking here in Cali. So I don't think it's open, the visitor center, so I may just have to make a U-turn. Maybe we could drive down to the lake, I guess, until they make us pay or whatever. So I'm gonna flip a U-turn here. You can see people here. I don't think they have the visitor center open. No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like they got it closed. Yeah, it's closed. So I'm gonna make a big U-turn here. You see some local yokels here. There's northbound 5. So that was Pyramid Lake. So we are almost to the top of the grapevine. That would be the pass. Hopefully we don't lose our signal again. We lost our signal, and that's not good. So you can see the landscape here. And if you want a good look at the I-5, there you go. That is I-5, southbound and northbound. And if you can see the I-5, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is southbound 5 to my right, and northbound 5. We're about to hop on that northbound right now. So here we go. Here we go. We're gonna go. No traffic here because of the. Usually I would stop here, look at the museum, look at the cool stuff they have. Look at the water. They have a water museum, meaning how we use water in California. Hello, how are you? We're here in Pyramid Lake. We're heading home from LA, so this is like I wouldn't say a midpoint because it's about 50 miles from where I left. And I was just at Griffith Park, but I started off in downtown. And here we go north. Still got a lot of highway to go. But a little dead spot here and yeah. So look ahead, you see all the mountains. All those, they're big. They ain't no small mountains, man. Some of those are peaks are in the thousands. But we got to get over all these babies, and we're starting to climb in elevation. I don't know what elevation we are right now. I'll tell you when I get to the next town, which is still about give or take 8 miles is the next town. And it's usually in that place, buy a McDonald's, buy a freaking Carl's Jr. and roll away and put $7 gas and get ripped off. It's like ridiculous. And then you get back to where I live and it's 5 something, like low $5. Which I guess we've gotten so used to that. Nice if it was 3 something. That'd be awesome. If I had an electric car, I wouldn't pay jack shit. And my electric bill wouldn't go high because I have Tesla solar. And we're back. So as Johnny calls it, Epiphany card collector, as he calls it, the Wheel of Death. Which I would have to agree with Johnny. You see the sign right there, it's the Hungry Valley. And what people do here is they come out here and ride the TVs and some of that. Smoky Bear Road. And you can see, look at those mountains. You can just see it's hard to shop around. Not much here. To my left, you'll see a lot of, call it thistle, Russian thistle. This is a very windy area of LA County. a lot of wind here. So this is where big rigs get blown over, things like that, or you call them high-profile vehicles. So if you have a very tall truck or anything like that, expect to get blown around, I guess. So, yeah, a lot of what do we got coming? We got an RV resort. Didn't know that existed here. Pyramid Lake. That's way down there. Much more than Laval Road. That's in Fraser Park. Garcia. Yeah, it's the Republican Fulio in this area, but it's open space. There's no voters, so this is what in California we call the country. It's like you see no people, and so it's very far between voters. The urban areas where the people are concentrated, that's where you're going to get the real voters. They're not going to vote for that guy. It's going to be a tough one. But the Democrats hope to flip that one. But this is, if my dad still lived up there, I might consider running for that office. But then they'd run a bunch of commercials, all negative, find some asshole out of the woodwork that I did something to them, look at court documents, unless they've been sealed, a lawsuit I was involved in, or some deposition I gave for a lawsuit, a car accident. Who knows? I mean, you really subject yourself to all the drama, as they say, right? Yeah, not too much wrong. Hey, welcome aboard. We're we're almost near Gorman, California. We're heading into the San Joaquin Valley. So we're still at it. First, this is the second live stream of the day. The other one ended, and then I'd say about 3 minutes later, I restarted it. But we started it with Pyramid Lake in the background. Yeah. And that's where I started this one. So from Pyramid Lake, California, there's the 138 over there. You can see the highway that used to go to my pops. I think I told you guys I was thinking of taking Quail Lake Road. Probably should have got off right there and taken Quail Lake Road with you guys. Show you the San Andreas. So if you look at the mountains, you can see it from here. You don't need to be on Gorman Post Road. So if you see the mountain of you, that is the San Andreas fault line. It's kind of like rolly up and down. That divides the continent. So on the right hand side, you know your plate tectonics. So we're gonna have a science lesson here, guys. That is the North American plate. If you're on my left, that is the part that's moving north, sliding along the Pacific. That's the Pacific plate, and it's moving whatever it is, a centimeter a year, whatever, but it's moving north, and it's sliding north. And that piece includes Los Angeles all the way down to San Diego and the Baja Peninsula, Baja California. And so there'll be like two slices of California. We're talking like Pangea took millions and hundreds of 300 million years for it to move and the plates to drift, continental drift theory. So that'll be a while for that happens, but we won't be around here soon. In our lifetime, we'll be lucky to see it at a couple inches, if that. So what you have here, this is where the artist Cristo did his famous umbrella project back in 1990. I remember as a highway patrol explorer, I was up here in my patrol car, And we were up here patrolling, and there was a lot of overtime being paid to the officers. And I got to go to Fort Tejon. I don't think I did too much. I actually came to Fort Tejon. That's where I did my, we did volunteer service, community service as an explorer scout. And there were umbrellas all over that mountain. So I think what's latitude is across the globe. So from this point where I'm talking right now, if you go across, you'll end up in Japan. If you just flew an airplane across, just straight left, you would end up in Japan, because the latitudes, California's latitude, if you go straight across, it's the same as Japan. And this is where, so Crystal saw that on the map, and he did these umbrella projects at the same time, same latitude, I should say. And they opened the umbrellas at the same time. And they closed the umbrellas at the same time, so they had the exposition going. And I think he was here the first days of the exhibit, and he was signing checks for $1 from a bank. And I sold that check online. I don't know how much I got on eBay for it. Whatever. I mean, stuff is just laying around. What are you gonna do with this stuff? I mean, when I pass away, my kid's gonna look at it. Wife's gonna look at it. They're just gonna throw it away and it's junk, it's crap. What is this stuff? You know what I mean? So that was Gorman. We just blew by Gorman, and the umbrellas kept going all the way through here. Gorman and all the way, pretty much all along the Grapevine, up through Tejon, because I remember going to the Tejon station, and I rode with a guy named Mo. This guy was named Mo. I vaguely remember that. I don't even know where the Tejon station is now. Press me, I'd be like, I don't know. And then we're coming upon the summit here, guys. So this is called the Tejon Pass. So we are about to reach it. You can see the car. And I don't know if this is the highest point, but we're reaching. And the Tejon Pass. So elevation right now at the Tejon Pass is 4,144 feet. So that's how high we are. They do get snow up here. They get they get more snow, and then they would rain, but then they get rain, and they get a little bit of everything. But it's like, think of it as the ceiling or the top shelf of LA County. Because from that point backwards, if I would turn around and just head south, I'm going from the top down. So technically, we're still in Los Angeles County right now. And now we're in Frazier Park, as you can see, little settlements and development scattered along. We're going to reach right now the Tejon Ranch. But we're also going to cross the county line right now. The county line is right here. We are now in Kern County. We're no longer in Los Angeles County, we are in Kern County. What you see over there used to be a lake, but I don't know why it's dry. My best guess, educated guess, is because of the drought, and they might have functioned as a reservoir. There's nothing there now. The rest area going here. So the Tejon Ranch is to my right, to my left. It's the largest ranch in California. It's 3 Mexican land grants merged into one, and the 3 land grants were merged, and let's call this the Tejon Ranch. As you come upon a sign right there, The sign says Tejon Ranch. It used to actually have the date on it. It doesn't have the date right now. That's their dry lake bed. They have a lot of cattle in this ranch. You'll see cattle. If the cattle are down, you're going to see them right now to my right. But we'll see. Let's see if they're here. I don't see any cattle. And it's Black Angus cattle. It's not dairy. It's not Holstein. It's not Jersey. It's just Black Angus. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's some. There's some right there. Oh, those are wolves. This damn truck was in the way. Let's see if we can catch some more cattle. There's some cattle over there to the extreme right, underneath these oaks. So all those trees you're looking at are oak trees. Because this is pristine California. This is what the Spanish saw. This is what the Mexicans saw. This is what the Americans saw. It's all during the California portion of Port. It's called oak woodland. And so, yeah, it's still the same way it looked then. Pretty much similar to the way it looks now. Maybe without the fencing, because that's to keep the cattle and, this freeway and the cattle safe. Might even spot an animal, a deer. Maybe, God forbid, one on the side of the road, but yeah. So on this second one, we're at 18 minutes since we left, so you can really see the oak woodland right there. Let me move over to the side here. Yeah, you can see the oak woodland. Fort Tejon coming up. It's the next exit about an hour. So here's your oak woodland, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have. Just stretching away, but just take a peek. You see oak trees, and you see there what grows under them, and that's kind of what we have. We have oak trees. Lots of oak trees. There they are. This is a school right here, Fort Tejon School. Here it is. There's a school right there. Our school used to play against these guys in football. We would take our bus all the way over here, and we'd play against these dudes, and then we'd huff it back down the mountain, down the hill to, well, you say a hill, but it's a freaking mountain. And you can see in the video where it cuts out a little bit. You can see right now as I turn, you can see right there in the middle of the screen where the mountains kind of converge. On this side, mountain on that side. And you can see the landscape here. You can see across there on the side of that road. This is where your speed gets, this is where you're going flat. Oh, there's a cow right there. There's one right there, one right there. It's a young one. So that's part of the herd here in this, they're hamburger because they're Black Angus. That's guaranteed good beef right there. Bakersfield is 35, Fresno 143. So we're almost down the hill here, and we're going to be what we call the southern San Joaquin Valley. And if you remember, if you've ever come across this old TV show called The Big Valley, well, that's the valley that I live in, the Big Valley, the Central Valley. But I live in the southern half of it. So there's a whole bunch of us that are online. So look at these mountains. Look at the way this comes down. Look how they fold. Look at the landscape. Look how shit it. And so when the Spanish came through here looking for runaway Native Americans from the mission, and any escape soldiers that on AWOL, they were cruising through this same path we're on right now, except it wasn't paved over. La Cañada de las Uvas, and when the American takeover, there you go. So there it is. There's a San Joaquin Valley. There it is. That's the valley. That's where I live. We're on the Grapevine going down. And like I told you, the Spanish called this and we should have a strong signal all the way home. If we lose the signal, it'd be, we're no longer in mountains. This is flat. This is flat all the way for hundreds of miles till you get to Sacramento. And then you climb out and you start going into the state of Oregon. We're in the San Valley almost. We're still on the downhill. We're in the San Valley almost. We're still on the downhill. See? You still see the mountain landscape, the terrain more like. You still see the mountain landscape, the terrain more like the terrain. Grapevine, 1 mile. There's actually a little area designated Grapevine, I guess. There we go. And you can see the Highway 99 right there. Now, we've been, no, this is still 5. Beg your pardon, it's 5. You're going to see the 5 veer to the left. Down here is the Tejon Ranch. One time I got off and I drove the back road down here, and man, there were cows everywhere. Cattle on both sides of the road. I thought that was very special. that much cattle there. So I would have normally gotten food, but I ate before I left. I voted and I left. I had to vote. Because if I didn't vote, man, the public shame me. Don't want to be publicly shamed. Make a list. These people I just vote, didn't show up, left. I don't know why. Yeah. So here we are now on the base of the area. So let me go that way. The phone a little bit that way so you can see the side of the road, because the side of the road is where you're going to see all the good stuff. We already saw the other side when I was heading north. Beautiful mountains. There you go. Now we can see the highway there. You see all that I see. So we're coming up to the Tejon. We'll call these the Tejon outlets. There's a lot of cattle over there. I don't see the cattle on this side to my right, but they're on the left. And the Tejon outlets is coming up. This is the development of the ranch. The ranch developed some of their land. A very small portion of the land the ranch was developed. They wanted to keep it as pristine as possible. So I do need to make this lane change that I just made. There the Tejon outlet's coming up. You'll see the signage. So we have these outlets out here. They're scattered throughout the state. Outlets at Tejon. Yeah. So these are the Tejon outlets. And it's like a truck stop because you got a ton of places. So here's where the 5 and the 99 junction happens. So I needed to be on the 99, which is to my left. That will continue straight north. While the 5 will veer to the left and you'll end up in San Francisco or to the center of the state. But then when you get way north up there, you'll end up closer to the San Francisco. So if you want to go to San Francisco from LA, you got two choices. You can take the 101. And that will take a while because it's the coastal drive. Or you can take the 5 and you'll be there in 5 hours. Man, should have got my sodas, man. I regret. I left all my drinks that I commandeered during the conference. Took them back to my room and left them in the freezer or refrigerator, and it'd be nice and cold for somebody. That's all right. As I say, pay it forward. Yeah, so I pay it forward. So there you go. You can see the 5 people. The people on Interstate 5 are going to continue going over the overpass here. We're going to go under the underpass. And you see the car, like that white car right there. It's going over. That's the 5. And we are, there we go. We're under the 5. And it goes off to the left. And they go on their merry way. And we keep on heading north. And now you're getting into the agriculture here. And then you got some oil wells over there, some grasshoppers. So on the left-hand side, if you go on toward the 5, you will see a ton of oil wells. There's tons of oil here. This is oil country. So here you got, that's vineyard. A moment ago I was going to say those trees were probably almonds or pistachios. These are probably, look like almond trees. I've heard a strange fact about that. So to grow one almond, it takes, I've heard, 1 gallon of water. That's a very thirsty crop. But it's very lucrative, meaning the almond farmers make a killing on it. There's some more almonds, I believe, almond trees. Yeah, or it could be pistachios. They grow pistachios and almonds here. And then you'll see interspersed there's some vineyards, and that's grapes. Those aren't usually used for wine, they're table grapes. Those critters. Hey, welcome aboard. We're just driving through the Great Central Valley, heading north back home to Tulare County. And we're just cruising along here. Cruising along. See what the gas prices are here over at the Speedway. Put on my glasses, see if I can see the Chevron here. The Chevron has 549, 569, 579. Not too bad. I mean, it's better than Los Angeles prices. So you can see a lot of open space here, a lot of orchards. I think congressionally, this may be Rudy Salas' area or McCarthy's. And Salas is the Democratic nominee running against Valadao. Valadao is the guy who actually voted to impeach Trump. So, I'm not sure how that election is going to go. Fresh, delicious California, that sign says. So these farmers like throwing out their signage, telling us how they think and feel. I'm not too keen on their signage, but that's interesting what they put. got here? Wow, we got a field. What is on this field here? Oh, could be, what is growing here? It's a field of something. Let's move over to the middle lane. And it could be alfalfa. So what it is, it's barely growing now. Then as it grows through, they cut it and then feed it to the cattle. And we got a vineyard growing right here. Here's a vineyard right there. You got part of a vineyard in the front, then maybe more in the back. So there you go, it's grapes. Your California grapes, which they become in that famous commercial, California Raisins. That's by Marvin Gaye. Heard it through the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine. Those are our grapes that become raisins. Sandrini Road, exit 7. Okay. Let's see what we get here. So you got our California palms. Those are Mexican palms. You got some eucalyptus over here. Eucalyptus, man. They've been chopping down a lot of the eucalyptus trees. Somebody had planted them. They're an invasive species from Australia. And most of the time people chop them down if they can, and then they make firewood out of them. Eucalyptus, or the leaves. You can make a tea out of those leaves. Herring Road. And more vineyards. There's a field that's being prepped here, it looks like. And then over here, yeah, vineyard. Good old vineyard. Yep. So more palm trees planted along the road here with the eucalyptus tree right there. It's like a canal too. Look at this little house. It always interests me. This thing is just sitting there. It's a storage spot, but people break into it all the time. And you see the farmers gave up even trying to. They gave up. Yep. Well, look at some fields here, and got a big thicket, look like of eucalyptus coming up, as we're at the outskirts of Bakersfield, California. Outskirts of Bakersfield, that's for sure. This is where we are. And you got the mountain range. That's the Sierra Nevadas over there, the southern tip of them. And you can see how, I don't want to say smoggy, but how junky our air is. So here we are, we're down to 2 lanes, we went from 3 to 2. So it's going to make an interesting drive with Bakersfield. There's an old sign that says 15 miles, Fresno 123. Actually, I think that's a misnomer, because we are at the outskirts of Bakersfield now. My clock, or my tripometer, reads 92.4. let's see how far that truly is. Hey, welcome aboard. We're just on the outside of Bakersfield, California, heading north. Still got about, I'd say about 45 minutes for me to, 50 minutes before I can hit home. So we're moving along, see the new construction right here. So these are our homes look like. This is actual corrals. Looks like they've made corrals for, I guess they're parking cars back here, trucks. Must be a trucking company. Yeah, it looks like to me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Didn't mean to sneeze on you guys. Boy, check on the sport. Yankee game about to start. I see. Is 218. These properties are pretty deep. Look how big they are. I don't know what that guy's doing on the side of the road. But we're just outside. They call this Arvin Bear Mountain Boulevard. And we still lost that lane. You can see this lane has been blocked off. There you guys go. Get more of the road, more of right and left, more of what's happening here. We're stuck in this lane thingamajigger here. They need to finish working on that lane. They can eventually get 4 lanes on each side, wide enough and have enough room. Probably do 3 good lanes. Leave so if it ever grows, they could carve out another lane if needed. That middle section still has a big hunk of land there. Well, it would be beautiful if they actually could ever connect via rail. You know, like put a rail line through the middle here. Wouldn't that be cool? But then you got these bridges up here. Ahead, like those overpasses, they may not be able to accommodate a train. When we go by, you'll know. You can see. So, moving pretty good here. So, right in the middle of the highway is a pylon. They wouldn't be able to get a train through here because you got these things are holding up the freeway. They would have to build them out, but then where are you going to build them out? Without blocking the highway, right? So I don't know. I don't know where they would put it. Yeah. Move over. Some guys hauling ass. Haul ass on their own. Probably alfalfa, like I said earlier. Squiggly lane, 2-lane, the divided lane here. So we are now in Bakersfield. So that was only 5 miles. Just from this point on, there's another vineyard right there. Have to stop off and get some hot sauce and some taco or something. Alright, so we're going to get into the divided lane here. Bakersfield, population 370 something. Now we're going to see how this freeway looks. Oh, you can hear all the noise. When you hear that noise, it's because you're running over the old lane divider. And they have to scrape that and smooth that down, grind it down, make it smooth. But here you go, construction. So the guys to the left of me are riding on the southbound side. We are actually we're on the northbound lane. And there's a signage, Bakersfield. Welcome to Bakersfield. Welcome to Bakersfield. And Bakersfield is 13 exits all the way up and down. So it's a big freaking deal, Bakersfield. There's a Sikh temple right there. You can see the people on the right, the construction on the right, I should say. Left is they're riding on the opposite side. And then you got the wall of death right here. But like I said, if they make 3 really nice lanes wide, I don't think we would need a 4th lane until sometime in the future we can have a 4th lane. We've lost so many lanes right here. Floor decor. Yeah. What we got here? We got an In-N-Out and we got a Jack in the Box. The bad thing about this is I can't get off I even want to. There's not even a lane I could use. And that was a Jack in the Box. First time I got off, and I didn't have a cell phone at that time, and I called now my wife, my girlfriend, I guess at the time, and I said, how much further? Because I lived in LA. She goes, not much further. And then I eventually got there an hour later, in another hour. Now I know the area very well. Thanks for the like, man. Who's that? What's up? Best way to start getting into collecting cards. Well, now what kind of cards you looking at, boss? Are we looking at vintage, or are we looking at regular cards, or we're looking at junk wax? So there's 2 different kinds of cards, I would say. If you're a young person or just a guy, regular guy, and I would buy, if you're just wanting to start collecting and just building up a PC yourself, then I would buy graded and raw. You can buy the raw, like Griffey 89 Upper Deck, and then you can turn around and buy a graded one. Or you can buy them raw and get them graded yourself. And that way you have one, and you don't have a bunch of loose cards like I do. Because my channel is basically built on me trying to clean up my collection, because I ended up buying a lot of junk wax during the height of the pandemic. The guy sold me basically the inventory of his dad's store, and he had been selling for a couple of weekends, and this was left over I bought. So every day I pack rip. I have a giveaway next week, and then you can buy collections. I've bought at swap meets different things. I like college basketball. Oh, okay, those. Okay, you want the good stuff, then hey. Well, then those, you're gonna have to get like coupons when you can. Like if you're gonna get those prisms, and if they have them at Target, they have the couple guys I know have videos on that. There's that card that you can use, the red card at Target that your mom or somebody might have, and you get 5% off. And you can buy cards that way. You can also buy loose cards if you have particular players you like. And if you're not looking for the high premium stuff, then you can buy, like I like Mike Trout, so I buy all the Mike Trouts I can. I buy them loose and raw, and I get them cheap, like a butt. People turn around and try to sell them online or whatever for $2-3. I'm like, man, I can get them for a butt here and there. And then I keep those from my personal collection, my PC. You're talking about the basketball? Target has a lot of that. I don't think you'll see it too often at Rite Aid I don't think you'll see it too often. Walmart has it, and then you might see them at the new place that's starting to carry them is CVS. CVS sometimes has deals, and I have a video where I bought a whole bunch. And CVS gives you those coupons. They give you like a friggin' like a 10-foot coupon when you cash out. You use those. Also, Big Lots. If you spend $40, then you come back on weekends. Well, usually you buy it on Friday, then they tell you to come back or buy it on Monday. And then on Saturday they have a special, $10 off 40. Those would be the places I would go, or unless you try to buy collections off of people, and that's a lot of cards, and it could be a lot of money. Problem is everybody thinks their cards are worth a lot. So that's why my PC is, my eventual goal is to keep a few rookies of, common players, and everybody else. Sometimes people get mad, but I toss them or give them away because they're not worth a lot of money. And so that's what I would recommend, buying those, using the coupons, maximizing your sales. If you're going to buy a hobby and all that, you're going to pay a premium just because they have a couple, maybe have a patch relic, a uniform relic, or bat, or whatever, or maybe they have a couple autos. Pull autos from all the other places too. And you can always go to the National Sports Memorabilia Convention. I did in 2019, and man, I ended up with a suitcase full of cards. And then the card companies like Dave and Adams, they were selling certain boxes, and maybe ones they just wanted to get rid of. I was buying by the box. By the box. I had so much that I ended up giving a box of that to my cousin just because, my cousin. And when I went down to visit him, in Mexico and where he lives, that's what I would recommend. It's expensive hobby. It's not a cheap hobby. Let's be honest here. Collecting cards is not cheap. You're paying 20 cents per card, and you're hoping you pull a big one. Sometimes you don't pull anything. You got a rough pack, they call it. I figured if I buy a Mike Trout or an Ohtani, well, that's better than anything I would have pulled out of a regular retail, maybe even out of a hobby. I've bought a hobby, and I've bought at the card stores. They're not as good, but it's like playing the lotto. You don't know what you're going to get out of a pack. You have to buy a lot, collect a lot, keep the best, toss the rest. That's my motto. Keep the best, toss the rest. Yep. Alright guys, so where are we? We're just on the outskirts of Bakersfield. We're getting out of Bakersfield. Here's the tail end of Bakersfield. And Bakersfield's going bye-bye. This is the Olive. Some cars along the road. Here's a lowrider. Look at that lowrider right there, man. And some guy blasting music with no AC. And with, let's see, car that has bigger wheels than it should. That would have been, in my day with the Highway Patrol, would have given him a ticket. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. So up here, you says, so you can take the 65, State Route 65, and it'll take you into Porterville. And all that. And then you would end up taking that 65 all the way until you hit the 190, 198. They call it the Gateway to the Sequoias. And that's in Tulare County. Get you there, and then you just roll from there. So there it is. Porterville Sequoia National Park. You take that sucker and it'll take you that way. I've done it a few times. When there was a Toys R Us here in Bakersfield. Just see if there's anything I can stop off and grab a taco at. Just to clear my throat and burn my... There's a Del Taco right there. So let me get off on that Del Taco. I don't usually do this, guys, but I gotta get that. I gotta get that friggin' frog out of my throat. Where's the Del Taco? It's on this side because here's Harley Davidson. Firefighter, educator, veteran. SeniorTrustee.com. Huh. Hey, come on, man. Who's this guy waiting for? He has kids in the car. He's got bikes. All right, where is the Del Taco? Donald, Burger King, Jack in the Box. There's Panda. I'm gonna feed my son later. Make sure I don't veer off too far. So let's see here. Del Taco up ahead here. Let's see what we got here. Del Taco. All right. Del Taco. For those of you back east, we have Del Tacos here, which is the competitor to Taco Bell. So let me grab something here. There's Danny's over there. I'm not that hungry. I just need something quick, but with some Del Scorcho sauce. Oh, here's a Del Taco batter drinks. Okay. Yeah, their burritos aren't that big. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Epic tortas. I heard they were good.
What can I get for you today?
Hello. Let me get the number one.
What kind of drink of what size?
Let me go large with a Diet Coke with light ice. With no ice, actually. No ice.
No ice?
Yeah, no ice.
Anything else?
And let me have your Del Scorcho sauce. Your
okay.
Ice. That's all.
1061.
Thank you. There you go. You just caught me ordering at Del Taco. So I'm on my way home. I needed to stop in and grab a drink here at Del Taco. Here we are in just outside of Bakersfield. So here we are, guys. We are heading home to our part of the fair state of California. I want to see if this guy gave me some Arby's sauce. Yeah, he did. So that Arby's sauce is, oh man, valuable. Valuable meaning that you can't get Arby's sauce. The nearest Arby's near me is in Visalia. Got one more. I'm gonna keep those suckers around. All right, we've almost been on this live stream for an hour. Not bad. We pay for this right here, and we'll get on the road. Be like Billy Nelson there, get on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Where do you make the turn here? Hello? Thank you. Just picking up some food right here. Thank you. Just picking up some food here at Del Taco. It's a little something small. And I gotta feed my son when I pick him up at a soccer game. You throw some Del Scarcho in there? Thank you. Alright, guys. Ooh, she gave us a grip of napkins. Look at that. That's a lot of napkins. That's enough for the whole week. Got some fries out of this. So I don't know if you guys have Del Tacos where you guys are, but our Del Tacos serve French fries with their Mexican food. And grab my taco, and they went large. Pull over to the side real quick. Throw some Arby's sauce on it. It's kind of quiet, guys. Sorry, I've been kind of trying to say this is appropriate lunch. Man, 1 hour. All right. Grab a taco here. Get one in the tank. Put some Del Scorcho on it. Put a lot of Del Scorcho in it. Sun game starts in 20 minutes. Probably won't make it on time. Once you get there. Sorry guys, been a little quiet. It's a meeting. an interesting lowrider. Make a U-turn up ahead. Alright, let me get the other taco out of the way here. So this is an uncommon live stream, but it is showing you my way home. So this is what I deal with. So if you want to get to know CD baseball card collector, this is where we hang out. Oops. Jigger. Put the blinker on just in case somebody's coming. Hold on, guys. Me connect my power cable to this. Fidgeting here. Keep this live stream rolling. We'll go and go until the live stream is DOA, as they say. There you go, face reveal. CD baseball. I wish the thing would have gave me a warning. Last time it was only 1%. Some at least a little bit more. Hey, thank you for joining me. I'm here just taking a couple nibbles here at Del Taco, and I'll make a U-turn real quick for the restroom. We still got about an hour to go. Excuse me. We'll park up front. By the doorway. This food is over here. Go taco. Right back. Go to the restroom. Leave the camera running. guys, we're back.